We're now going to have the last in our series of constituency profiles. Jessica Ure has been to visit the Conservative stronghold of cities of London and Westminster.
It contains some of our country's most iconic landmarks. The constituency is created from two historic cities. One is the political centre of the UK. The other is the traditional financial heartland.
Over 500,000 workers and tourists come into the financial district every single day. But despite this, the ONS say that the number of people actually living here is as low as 9,000.
And as many as half of them live in the Barbican estate. But in the west of the constituency, it's a very different picture, with residents jostling with shoppers, tourists and theatre-goers. The constituency contains some of the wealthiest areas in London. But paradoxically, it also has the highest number of rough sleepers, a third of all in the capital. Thanks to a new scheme, Homeless Not Voteless, some rough sleepers in Westminster have been able to register to vote without having a permanent address. One of those people is Mark.
Homeless people do want to get engaged, but they're scared to be engaged. I know my opinion counts, and supposedly we live in a democracy. I've spoken to my fellow homeless people, and they do. They want to have the conversations, but
with less than a week to go, I caught up with the candidates. I began by asking the Conservative candidate and leader of Westminster Council about rough sleeping.
We need to help more people off the street. We need stronger legislation to help local authorities do that. Short-term letting abuse, Airbnb type lettings is now all over the city, and it's really causing issues. More than half of the people sleeping on the streets in Westminster and in the city are from overseas. We have an issue with people who are coming over without a job, without somewhere to live, usually involved in organised crime, sadly. That's why I want to go to Parliament, so that we can ensure that we have new legislation that helps the police deal with aggressive beggars in particular.
Sammy, lovely to see you, man.
The Lib Dems have the Conservative flagship in their sights, but it will need a big Lib Dem surge to see the Conservatives lose the seat they have held since 1950.
If you look at the Conservative Party's local record here, it's lamentable. The council likes to talk up its achievements, but under its watch we've seen rough sleeping increase by 16% in the last year. Knife crime is amongst the highest in the country in Westminster. That is an appalling local record. Labour gain!
In a constituency that voted 72% Remain, Labour are hoping to take the Conservative-held seat for the first time.
Hello there, I'm Gordon Nodell, I'm your Labour candidate. This is very good to meet you. It's going to be very close between us and the Tories. The Liberal Democrats are touring the constituency fantasising about their prospects of success. There's a problem of hidden homelessness in this constituency. Families, as the children get older, are stuck in 1- and 2-bedroom dwellings. Westminster City Council, controlled by the Tories, hasn't built council housing. People can't stay in communities they've been brought up in, where they know people, where they have support networks. It's a kind of social cleansing.
The constituency has some of the poorest air quality in London.
There are two big pressing issues coming up on the doorstep time and time again. One is rough sleeping and one is air pollution with the climate emergency. On air pollution, we're stood right here on Oxford Street. This is one of the most polluted streets in the entire world. The Green Party will revolutionise transport and make sure we prioritise for people who walk, people who cycle.
It will be a big ask for the Green Party to join the chasing pack of Labour and the Lib Dems in what might well turn out to be a historic three-horse race.